I wanted to know the answers without having to trip over man-made theology. So I threw them all in the garbage. I set all my religious teachings aside, everything that I had learned since I was a tiny little kid. And I began to look at the world, and I discovered the first radical proposition. God didn't make the world that I live on. The fact that it exists is a miracle. I can look into the night sky and go, God did not make that universe. That's a miracle. The second proposition simply says that God had to have a beginning. If God's going to be real, if God can be said to exist, then like all things that do exist, that has to have a beginning. When you say that God doesn't have a beginning, that God has always existed, the only thing you're telling me is that you believe God doesn't exist, that God is not real. Find one thing in the universe, either in the macrocosm, down to the microcosm, down to the quantum level. Show me something that you can point to and say, this has always existed. It has never had a beginning. You cannot do that. Well, since God exists, I believe God is real, then God had to have that beginning. So, when God showed up, that was a profound miracle as far as I was concerned. When you realize that God came from humanity and the evolution of man out of the natural world. These are explained by natural processes. But the fact that it's a natural process, that's the miracle. It's not divorced from a natural process. The natural process is the miracle. It just doesn't seem like it because it's become every day. It's ho-hum. We live with it. I went to this beautiful place. It was a ranch, actually. And I walked out on Vaughn's front porch, and you could see the Grand Tetons. And the very first time I saw that, I said, man, that is just absolutely gorgeous. I could say that because it was my first experience. Vaughn looked at the same mountains and he goes, yeah. He saw it every day. And so the wonder, the beauty kind of lost its sparkle. It had become common. Miracles are like that. The real miracles in life have now become so common that we can no longer see how unique they are. Our science, our physicists, our astronomers, our biologists, they all want to know if we as an intelligent species are alone in the universe. Now there's an interesting question. Because if we are, what a great miracle. And if they find other intelligent species, wouldn't that also be a great miracle?